CompuCal is a web-based calibration management solution hosted on a secure cloud environment. It is a fully validated software, compliant with FDA 21 CFR Part 11 regulations. The application can be accessed by authorized users from anywhere, using an internet browser. The license of the application determines how many users can access the system at the same time. From the login screen of the application, we enter our username and password to log in. Multi-factor authentication login options are also available. On the work screen of the application, we can see all the instruments and plant items that are due for calibration, maintenance, or other activities. The items are listed in grids that are fully filterable and configurable, providing the users the ability to find any required information with ease. From the navigation bar of the application, we can access all the different screens that will be available to our user. Role-based privileges can be assigned to each user, allowing them to access specific screens and to perform role-specific actions. Setting up an instrument in CompuCal is quite simple. Accessing the instrument page where all the instruments are listed, we click the New button and we fill in all the required information such as the tag, the type, the description, the area, the manufacturer, the serial number, etc. If the application is used by multiple sites within the organization, we would also select the corresponding site for the instrument. The next step is to set up the instrument's routine, in other words, the calibration or maintenance procedure. The procedure can be based on pre-populated templates to reduce the data entry effort. The routine typically includes information regarding the schedule, like the interval of the calibration or maintenance activity, SOPs, tasks, and other settings that will determine the workflow. Also, calibration routines include data related to the calibration activity, like the measuring range, the output range, the calibration points, the tolerance, etc. There are a lot of different settings available, and flexibility that allow us to record reading from up to 5 different outputs. For example, readings from the instrument, and readings from PCS displays. By setting the due date, the instrument will be available in our main work schedule screen when it is due for work. Accessing the work screen of the application, we can see that the instrument that we just created is due. We can now issue the work to a technician who will be notified with an email, or just issue the work to ourselves. The work is issued and we can now enter the calibration results. During the data entry stage, we can add comments, upload attachments, and complete any tasks associated to our procedure. We will also have to select any reference standards that were used during the calibration, and fill in the calibration results in the Values tab. Any error greater than the tolerance is highlighted with red. We can record the as found and the as left values, and also have a visual representation of the values accessing the Graph tab. Upon saving the work, a deviation is raised because there were errors outside the tolerance. We will have to provide the cause of the deviation and any actions that are required. The deviation can then be reviewed and cleared by a supervisor who will be automatically notified with an email. For calibrations that are contacted externally by a calibration vendor, entering the results will be as simple as uploading the calibration certificate into the application. Depending on the way the instrument routine is set up, we may need to perform an additional verification step to complete the work. In the example that we saw, this was not required. The work is now saved in the history of the application, and the instrument's due date is automatically calculated according to the item's interval. The history can be reviewed at any time, and the calibration certificate, which is compliant with ISO 17025, can be generated. There are a lot of features available regarding the planning and the completion of the work. For example, we can issue in bulk, we can set planned dates, we can use documenting calibrators to automate the data entry, or we can perform unplanned calibration or reactive maintenance work. Additionally, a stock management module is available to allow you to manage and control stock and parts used during your calibration or maintenance activities. The software provides you with a full list of KPIs and reports that will help you to gather and analyze data, help you on your resource planning, measure your calibration efficiency, and a lot more. CompuCal has an audit trail function that allows users access to all user actions within the software. These audit logs are fully time-stamped, user-identified, and modifications documented, which makes CompuCal always audit-ready. That was a very brief overview of the application. For a more in-depth overview, tailored to your specific requirements, please contact James in the sales department on jmurphy@CompuCalSolutions.com.